A lot of damage coming out from Lloyd.
Yeah, that was good work. Good counterplay. NL very low.
It was 1v2.
With the man drop, obviously, it's going to be on cooldown at the moment. There is a Rengar in the jungle close by, and that tower is very low. But that's a bold move sticking around like this. Lloyd, while his name doesn't exactly instill fear, he is doing a fantastic job in that bot lane. But you can see 30 CS behind, NL's doing a good work as well.
You know, it's a little bit surprising that this Morgana didn't roam that much, because if you think about it, our opponents, I mean, Bangkok Titans have Fizz in the mid lane, which is not that great to deep push. So as soon as how is the team called? Yo, okay. Group up. It's going to be really easy for them, at least for this moment, to get the mid tower. So I think they should actually put more pressure into mid. And at the same time, you don't let Fizz farm when you group up. So maybe they should have done it earlier, because right now Fizz has a lot of damage with his E. But they have still time to do it. They should put more pressure like that.
Yeah, I mean, the Flash Wolves here, if you look just across the board at CS numbers, actually have a lead in every single respect here. Top lane, good chunk of CS ahead. Jungle even ahead, as about in the AD carries as well. So really done a superior job of the farming stages in this one. That obviously leaves them 1,500 pretty much gold ahead at this point. And obviously they took that first dragon as well without too much of a problem. Bangkok Titans not really pushed in. We are seeing Morgana quite deep in the jungle. And if we look there on the right hand side, we can see the TP is going to come down from Malphite as well, right down the back of him. And he should be dead here. It will be Valen that picks that one up. And, well, just an easy TP. They were pushed too far up the lane.
In those kind of situations, I know it's actually really easy to say when you're watching from home, and not that easy to do when you're a player. But Corki is supposed to either flash the Malphite ulti or not flash at all, because he saw the TP coming. He saw it.
And he didn't get out of the way of it. Stake, though, will take the second tower of the game. They did get the bottom tower before that play happened. Lloyd will be doing the same as well for the Bangkok Titans. Now. So, it's not a bad gold exchange, but that top lane's not really been affected at all. Warlock's not got too close to that one. Maple playing around on G4, seeing if he can draw anything out with that Living Shadow. He's not going to fall for it, though. But Bangkok Titans are starting to group here. I think we're going to have a bit of a middle grouping for both teams.
Yeah, I think this should have been done a little bit earlier, because Fizz has farmed a lot. You can see the farm. He's behind Zed, but he has farmed a little bit. You can say that right now with the bot lanes, in bot lane, there's no tier 1 tower right now, so Fizz can go to that lane and start split pushing. So right now, Yo has to group up ASAP and start getting gold around the map, because otherwise Fizz is going to get too strong. When Fizz gets the Sonias, which is giving him enough armor to survive, I think they're going to have a hard time in teamfights. You know, Fizz for me right now is like Vayne in the old times, where Vayne will just lose every lane, but then in late game she will just destroy everyone. You can say Fizz is sort of like that.
Well, top lane's about to go down. Stakes having to back away from that. That will be the second tower of the game for the Bangkok Titans. And now we'll see where they move from there. Dragon just a minute away. That's going to be the next play, I feel. You can see already starting to group out, already starting to get those wards down. Yo Flash Wolves did pick up the first dragon of the game. We'll see where the Bangkok Titans decide to contest this time.
Yeah, left that one pretty much for free, half a minute until that's up, so we'll see about that one, see how that one goes down. Biggest problem last time was obviously they had a pink ward on it, but that was all they had there. There was nothing else to grant them any kind of vision. We can already see that they've started to push up here and get themselves in position for that second dragon. As you mentioned, the dragon buff switches that happen there means that this second dragon less impactful in the grand scheme of things, but you know, it's still the stepping stone to the more powerful buff.
Of course, the first buff is still really, really powerful. What I can see, man, is actually really interesting. Bangkok Titans setup is really, really good mid to late game against the Wolves setup. So if this keeps going this way for much longer and they get the farm they need, this is honestly gonna be really painful for Wolves.
Well, we can see with Gnar in that top lane continuing to split push. They need to deal with this. They need to start putting pressure. The Dragon has spawned. They either need to go for that objective, or they're going to have to cover off because that top turret will fall eventually. We have a pause, though. Of course, they are live in Taipei. You can see them on your screens there in the bottom corners. They look like... It looks like it's Yui Flashwolves actually that's paused it, because I can see the second guy in, hasn't got his hands on the keyboard. Everybody else is... ready and waiting to go. How do you handle these situations when you have these pauses, when you are live? Obviously, you couldn't talk to each other in the LCS. You can at the Intel Extreme Masters. What are the situations? Just literally quickly recap the situation of where you are. Obviously, at this point in time, they're literally about to have a dragon fight, and they've got the Gnar pushing the top lane.
Well, you really want to speak with everyone in your team to tell them what's going on, but you can't. You're not allowed. So everything you can do is just think yourself what you can do yourself to prevent anything wrong to happen. But in that situation, when the pause happens, you know everything is going to happen because you actually look at the mini map and you look at what's going on and you know what's going to happen. But you can't communicate.
If you can't talk, so, you're like giving the eyes to each other. You're like
right after the pause, everyone is like just talking so much. They're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to, like crazy. So
we are about to get back in game. Looks like the Dragon is about to be started off, and we have sounds. Actually, I think it's just arena sounds. I don't think it's the actual game sound. Well, Dragon was picked up, though, by Yui Flashwolves. That's the second Dragon of the game taken by them. Really wasn't even contested either because the Fizz got taken down. We didn't get to see that one. So Fizz killed off. Bangkok Titans obviously had to step away.
Yeah, right now they are too powerful. As I said already, the base physical damages are right now too strong. Bangkok Titans will need more time to farm to be powerful enough, but it can happen honestly. Like right now, the game is in a status where everything can happen. Actually, teams can come back. Actually, it's not that hard to come back. That's the point, and I can see them coming back. Actually, they have a really good setup for that. Also, Sivir provides a really good engage. So when Fizz and Malphite are strong enough, with the follow-up of Pantheon, they're really, really strong in future teamfights. But right now, they're not. They really need to play this very, very carefully and farm as much as possible. I think Fizz right now should go to a side lane and try to be as annoying as he can be. When you're behind, all you want to do is to make the opponent team spend time cleaning waves. That's the best thing you can do, because then if they're cleaning waves, they're not attacking you, and they're stronger. So if you clean a wave and they clean a wave, you actually win in that trade because you're behind.
Problem that they have is that Maple seemed to be wanting to get involved and do exactly that, and he's now added on top of his Blade of the Ruin King that Hex Drinker in there, got a Brutalizer as well, so that Zed is going to be a bit of a pain for whoever ends up going up against him. You can see that Sivir was down in that bottom lane and actually decided to recall out to get Infinity Edge done, plus Brutalize there as well.
Yeah, this is a good moment to have somebody like Soas in your team, because Soas is a player that likes to do a lot of... Oh, actually, there's some action.
Oh, we'll see whether there is. You can see the man drop is going to come in for Sword Art. We'll see whether it lands on it.
Ooh,
Dark Binding, good on G4 there. Actually, may well catch him out. Is he going to get taken down? Yes, really he is. Karma comes leaping out of the bushes there with that ultimate. 007 just gets melted. Doesn't have a chance there. Valen's going to try and run away from this one. It's a 3-on-3. They may as well still come out on top here. Valen should be able to catch him out. No, the Howling Gale wasn't enough. He's just knocking him down. Malphite, well, he's a rock, but he's got 0 damage. He's got that Sunfire Cape burning away. Will eventually get 1 kill, but I don't think that's going to be all they're going to get. Valen should get chased down here. NL's going to get 1. Can he get the second? I think the Howling Gale is enough to keep him away. Oh, the Shuriken's coming through. It was a 4-for-1, though, in favor of the Flash Wolves. And while it was all happening, Stake wasn't even there. He's going to take the top tower.
Yeah, that was a 5v4, actually, which obviously didn't really go well for the Bangkok Titans. They lose out on kills.
So much from this.
They lose out their turret as well, that second tier. They might even end up losing that second tier turret here in the bottom lane. There's another wave coming in now, and they're even pressuring the mid lane as well. G4 is back there now, so he should be able to actually hold on to that one. We can see that NL has also started to push away from that bottom side. So just like that, a lot of kills coming down, plus the towers as well for the Yoi Flash Wolves.
You know, right now, tier 2 towers are extremely important in this season. Since the changes, the tier 2 towers have the shield. Every bit of damage you can do to that tower is going to be really, really helpful. Oh, that Orca was a bit derp.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's one way of
happens to all of us.
It's not really working out for him. And, you know, when you're going up against just the support player and you're not managing to land your skill shots, you're kind of in a bad way, especially when your opponent mid laner is 4-1-4 now. Going to dive in once again. Now just bounce away from that one. Bangkok Titans, they're hanging on to this mid tower, but that's all they've got. The top inner turret is down. The bottom inner turret was low, and look at that. You can see Morgana once again. They're just picking on Fizz right now.
I do have the little feeling that when Fizz was 2-0-1 and the same farm as Zed, I think...
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming in. Actually, Stake getting a little bit caught out from this one, though, and they managed to lock him up. It was
But they will lose mid tower probably for this.
I think so as well. They're going to try and back away, but what are the Flash Wolves going to do? They've actually got no wave on the bottom side. Their vision's actually been pushed away there as well. So looks like they're actually going to start to move away from that one, deciding not to go any further 5v4.
I think right after the blue buff, they could have very well pushed mid lane. A little bit, or put maybe wards in the top side of the map. You know, when there is no objective you can get, the best objective you can do is to get vision in their jungle. This is something really important that the teams that are not top don't acknowledge. Getting wards in their jungle counts as an objective.
Yeah, it's not. Well, you haven't got a tower. You know exactly what's coming, especially when there's a minute for Dragon. They had that whole lower half of the jungle covered out. They could have got some wards down there.
You can even go to the top side and maybe leave this Dragon because it may not be as important. Maybe get the tier 3 tower. You know, everything. You can work around everything once you have the vision. But it's really hard to make calls when you don't see anything going on. Right now, maybe they are too far ahead, so they can do whatever they want. But it will be much more effective, maybe, to get the top vision.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the map. Look at the mini-map right now. Talking of vision, there isn't really a great deal, actually, within Bangkok Titans jungle. Obviously, Yo Flash Wolves, they just need to get some wards in there, but they haven't got anything in and around the blue buff area, so they have no idea. Dragon spawning in 40 seconds time, like, if you were to say, look at, I don't know, the LCK, the Korean scene, that would be completely littered by wards.
Correct. You know, I was looking at the statistics because, you know, in G2, along others, I was making part of the calls, and I wanted to see the reason why Koreans were just better than us, you know, and the main reason is actually vision. And you can see that as an average, I think it was 109 words against the 70 of Europe. So it was actually, you can see the big difference, you know.
Yeah, I remember logging the stats last year. Actually, it was quite funny. I think it was Creaton that we noticed as the AD carry that didn't place a single ward in the entire season. To be fair, and then we told Kevin, and Kevin's just like, "What?" It's like, yeah, you might want to check your teammates, mate. They're not placing wards.
When we had Broken Shot in our team as a coach, he was always telling me, "Man, you should get more wards." And I was like, "Okay, why would I get a ward if I can get a large ward, you know?" And maybe an amplifying tome, like more AP, you know, more AP damage.
Well, look at this. The Dragon going to be started off. Could this be the first one of the game for the Bangkok Titans? Here comes Rengar, and he smites it away. And it looks like they're going to fight here as well. That was far too easy. Zed going to be jumping in there. Nars right in the middle. He actually gets monsooned into the rest of the team, but he'll transform. Slams Janna against the wall as well. I think Fizz might get away, or will he? We saw Maple flash there, and the rockets from NL should be enough here. Well, Deathmark will certainly be enough. It's actually Corki that gets it, and that's a triple kill for NL. They steal the Dragon, and they get 4 kills. Sorry, 3 kills if I can actually count. That just, again, second time in a row really going horribly wrong for the Bangkok Titans.
And there goes probably the last chance of Bangkok Titans of coming back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, literally every fight has snowballed in towards Yo Flash Wolves. That's going to be the second tier 2 turret of the game. Easy for me to say. The mid turret goes down as well, 11-7. Massive amounts of gold. 3 dragon stacks already. The Yo Flash Wolves very much in control. You know, we were talking about how, obviously, the Fizz just needs to farm, needs to get stacked. He has now got that Zhonya's Hourglass.
A little bit
but I
too
think
late,
it's too late, yeah.
As I was saying before that a teamfight stopped me, I think if Fizz, when he was 2-0-1, would have built maybe, you never know it, right? The Seeker's Anger before, maybe he wouldn't have got as pressure, maybe he wouldn't have that in the 2v2, you never know, right? But those little things actually do make the difference.
And talking about, obviously, the vision wars that we do have. Oh, hello. G4's in trouble. Well, the Zhonya's is not going to help you too much there. He's going to get taken down. Whoa, cheeky little juke and flash. He gets away. But yeah, going back to... just gets pounced on by Casa. Going back to the vision, just looking at the Yo Flash Wars, they all went back. Everybody came back. Pink wards all down the side. Great. They have learned. You know, they are starting to get there. This is starting
straight on top of your face. Not exactly ideal. We can see that Stake still continues to push this top wave. Actually, Spirit Visage, Phage, and that Sunfire Cape now for him means that he's pretty much... I mean, they just sent Janna up to deal with him. That's not exactly a fair fight, really, sending your support up to deal with that now.
Everyone is getting actually out-farmed, but I think there is a little problem that I didn't notice before, and it's a mistake by me, which is that they have, Malphite and Fizz are actually... I mean, Fizz is not supposed to beat Zed 1v1, and Malphite is not supposed to beat pretty much any lane. So we have right here two sort of lanes that are supposed not to win, at least, and you have a little problem right there, because Pantheon requires early sort of domination. Pantheon requires early kills, assists, etc. And there is no killing power in the top lane. Like, how are you going to kill a Gnar with that? Yeah. You simply can't.
That's what we've seen, really. There was, in fact, not really much attention paid to that top lane at all. It was all about the mid lane in these early stages, which, granted, Fizz actually started off well,
Yeah, he played really, really good, I gotta say.
Didn't work out for them after that one, and now they find themselves 11,000 gold pretty much behind in this one. And we can see, you were talking earlier on about Corki's magic damage, also.
Oh, yeah, it's just
and there's
ridiculous.
The Haunting guys and Sorcerer Shoes.
Of course. Honestly, it may look trolly, but I guarantee you this is not trolly. Like, that bit is actually legit, especially when you have double 80 like this. We used to play that in G2 with Yuki. Yuki was actually a really good Corki, and he's a really good Corki. So we used him with blue buff and everything, just like an AP poker. And the damage is insane, man. Like, I think people underestimate a little bit the poke he can do, especially because just think about the opponent's builds. They're gonna just go for armor like crazy.
Yeah.
Not a lot of magic resist right here, so that's like free poke for Corki.
Oh, you can see Casa jumping in there. Does manage to actually land the root, followed by the Dark Binding, followed by the Rockets.
He can't do anything.
And then just implode him. Tower goes down as well in the mid lane. And now it is just 4 members of Bangkok Titans hoping that Yo-Yo Flash Wolves don't choose to follow through.
That's a big blast again there onto Lloyd. You can see losing about a third of his HP. Pantheon also taking a big hit. Meanwhile, Zed's poking over on the other side, and they're not really able to hold on to the turret at this point. And this could very well, with one fight, just be the end of the game here. It looks like they are now going to finally push on to that inhib turret, and they're not even fighting for this one. Not coming anywhere near it. They're going to have to let them have it.
Yeah, they couldn't go near Stakes Mega Gnar. He would have just slammed them away. That's going to be the first inhibitor of the game, going down 14-7 still. Yo-Yo Flash Wolves with a big lead in this one. That's what they had to be careful of. They're going to try and go in for it. Fizz is going to dive on. Don't think it's going to happen. Got exhausted. Zonya's Hourglass. He's going to get picked off as soon as he comes back out of there. He will drop. And now it's surely just about the Yo-Yo Flash Wolves finishing the game.
Yeah, I think Fizz just trying to make something out of nothing there. Ends up actually going down himself, which means a 4 versus 5 at this point. Although, you look at the Flash Wolves, they've got 3-4 men that are actually quite low here. So they've decided to actually back away. And that gives a bit of a window for the Bangkok Titans to try something. There they are. that's the Yo-Yo Flash Wolves. Cute. You can see Stakes afro on the end there.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we showed that, just to prove that we weren't lying about his incredible hair.
As a Fizz player, there's two kinds of Fizz games. There's the Fizz games where you're 8-0, and the Fizz games where you're 0-8. And in any of both are just unfair.
You used to play more of the 0-8 ones, all right?
Oh, wow. Well, man, that's just mean, man. What is
Carmack
we're supposed to be colleagues, man.
Yeah, Carmack said that I'm allowed to.
Yeah, I know what Carmack has said. I mean, I actually can imagine,
Troll you as much as possible, of course, as always. This is going to be the 4th
I don't know
dragon.
why, but I like that guy. I don't know why. I really don't know why, and I can't understand myself for that. But I like that guy, yeah.
Rumor is he's got a great video of you.
Oh, come
on. Anyway, back to the game. You can see 4th dragon of the game picked up. Dantika, speaking of Fizz, going 0-8. He's 2-7-3 right now. He's heading for that 8th.
It just feels so bad to have a game like this with Fizz, because you're supposed to be an assassin, and you just assassin yourself every time you go in,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help when you've got no vision and you just accidentally walk into 3 of them, which is pretty much what's been happening here. We see it, Corki actually adding a last whisper into his build now. And, well, they're just going to push all 3 lanes out. The mid lane going to be pushed by Zed. Nar is still in the top side of the map as well. So they're going to be knocking on both of these side lanes anytime soon. And to be honest, 5 versus 4 fight is probably something they'll go for. The teleport's up for stake on Nar if he needs to actually join the rest of his team. And it's got to that stage where you just feel it's a matter of time before they actually close this game out.
Yeah, NL feeling very confident there. The Bloodthirster shield didn't even get breached by the laser tower coming out there, and they have got them completely split. You can see top one's been left alone. Maple's just going to carve to great big chunks into that one. And that's going to be another inhibitor going down. Bangkok Titans are effectively helpless. They're going to go for it. The Sivir ultimates pop. They're going to dive everything onto Maple, but they're leaving the bottom tower completely exposed. Maple's just going to keep them busy here. Will almost get a kill. That's going to be another inhibitor down. Mega now almost triggered. There's the bottom one going down, and that's all they needed to do. Just completely distract them. And now the rest of the team, they're going to rotate. Super minions pushing in that mid lane. And Steak's just left alone to take the inhib.
Yeah, I mean, he can probably kill 007 there. That's all 3 inhibitors going down. If Bangkok Titans come back from this one, well, it'd be a bit of a miracle, I think, to say the least. We can see they're backing away direction Baron, just because, you know, that extra little bit of power, something that they feel that they need to finish off a base. We are going to be seeing a possible pushback. If you look at Pantheon, he's got his ultimate available, so could try to come in and steal this one.
Well, that would be the ultimate steal, wouldn't it? Here comes the man drop, lands in there. Can he get the smite steal? Nar's going to pin him on against the wall. He's trying to do everything, trying to crawl towards it.
Well played by
Not going to happen yet.
Well played.
Just destroyed him, stopped attacking the Baron. That's going to get picked up by the Yowie Flash Wolves, and now they have just a couple of minutes left of this match to close things out. It is a best of 3, remember, so this is not all over for the Bangkok Titans, but the Yowie Flash Wolves, they are in full control right now.
You can see that. I mean, you can see that. They're in
Yeah.
full.
I mean, if you've got time, 34 minutes into a game to, you know, just scratch your eyebrow a few times, mess around with your headphones, you know that you're probably in a
couple of yokes.
When you're 8-1-5 and 0-1-11 like that bottom lane is, they're quite happily doing whatever they want. Bangkok Titans, though, they already is probably starting talking about the next game. I mean, when you're in this stage, you're just like, yeah, this game's over. What are we going to do? How are we going to counter it? What are the picks we're going to change?
And at this point, you try to keep the things as...
Yeah, this is probably going to be a bit of a whitewash fight. We're going to see Fizz going down first of all.
Look
at the damage from Corki there at the back. These turrets are going to fall. Malphite has to use Unstoppable Force to get behind the Nexus there, but it's not going to make any difference here. It's going to be the Yowie Flash Wolves that pick up game number 1.
There's the glorious hair on your screen, Steak on Nar. Did a fantastic job. It is a sight to behold, honestly. That afro is just, you know, the Plantronics headset just can't hold it back. It's just surrounds it. Big crowd, actually, in the Taipei Arena, obviously watching this matchup. And, of course, don't forget, Yowie Flash Wolves do play in the league that is played in Taipei.